Hey there, everybody. This is Steve from Chiefskills. Recently, I sat in on a webinar from Chief Experts Academy where Dan Baumann gave a discussion on his layout and plan templates that he has created, long awaited. And I've had a few days to gain some experience using these templates and thought I'd provide a peek into how they work. Dan did a fantastic job putting these together. I'm sure it was an immense task, and I think Dan hit a home run with both templates. And so let's take a look and see how they work. Okay, hey there, everybody. Let's take a look at Dan's template here. And I have it linked in my preferences, so if I just start a new plan, it opens. And this is what you're going to be greeted with. Just some general information on the template itself, something about text height right here. And this is the most important thing right here. To get started, go to Annotations and switch to Architectural Plan 1/4. So to start drawing, you just go up here, select Architectural 1/4, and it selects the right layer set, and you're off and running. And he gives you this box right here to show you that's roughly 50 by 30, 1,500 square foot. That's where you should draw your house. And the nice thing about this is if you were to place a point and you were going to place it at a absolute location, 0, 0, and you hit OK, it's right in the center of this box. And so Dan has set this whole template up to be right in the center of the drawing space. And that's good for like Z fighting, because the farther you get away from the 0, 0 point, supposedly you can have some troubles with Z fighting. So it's nice that he started it right there. And so you see you got your workspace here. And what Dan has done, really the massive amount of work that's involved here, is all these anno sets. Architectural at 1/4, architectural at 1/8, 3/4, an as-built measuring plan. So when you go in the field, you got to set up an anno set setup, framing anno sets, plot plan anno sets, and then he created anno sets. Even though you don't really annotate, except maybe in an elevation view like NKBA right here, in these elevation views. Well, these are 3Ds, but here's a cross section. You can annotate in that. But he created these so that you would get in the habit of just going to the annotation set and just ignoring the layer set, because it selects everything automatically. It'll select the layer set. And it's very handy. I mean, it's really going to improve productivity for people who have never set up an annotation set. When you look over here, here's the annotation set editing dialog. So here's all of his annotation sets. And when you go into here, you see all the things that have to be set up. And the thing that is really amazing is all the text is coordinated, dimensions are coordinated, the text on the dimensions are coordinated. If you ever go into a dimension here and you have to set things up, primary format, what objects to locate, the layer, what layer will it be on, the arrow, how it is, text style. And I'm not saying you won't ever have to change this, but he's using the layer for the text style here. So when you go into the layer set right here, and when you go in here and you go layer, it's on dimensions manual. So when you look at that, here's his text style. And then you define that. Of course, it opens this dialog. I don't know why it does that, really. Why it doesn't just open this one. But it's Chief Blueprint 4.5, and color is by the layer. So it's a lot of work. I mean, as you can see from just these layers. And all the textiles are associated with these layers. For this layer set is 1/4, so he's using the same text. But here's like the plot plan text would be larger. And it's a lot of work, but it sure does make your job easy. And I've drawn a little plan, and I think that's the best way to maybe show this to you, is just to show you a plan. I just drew this up real quick just to show you. And I'll just show you here. So here's the floor plan. I'm using architectural 1/4. I haven't dimensioned anything. So if I go up here to automated and say auto exterior dimensions, there you go. And so I have made a little tweak to this. I have to admit, I like to have my walls dimension on both sides, and I think the default is set up for just one side. So that's something I did. I think I went into here. Let's see here. Oh no, I went into double click here, auto exterior dimensions, and locate objects. I have both wall sides. So I think Dan has it set up like this. So if I was to just delete all these dimensions and I went Shift A again, yeah, this is how he's got it set up. And framers actually do like this. Hook on the outside, there's one wall, there's the next wall. And that's probably why Dan has it that way. It is a very common setup. So there's that. And then if you switch here to, say, the 1/8" plan, the text changes on the dimensions. Now, text like this, rich text, won't change, but all the dimension text changes, which is nice. And then back to 1/4. And then if you go to like the framing ceiling plan, here's what you have. It shows you and you can turn layers on or off however you like to see it. But here's the text on that layer. And then if you go to the roof plan, framing roof layout, here's the text on that layout. Here's your notes for your roof. And each person will probably have to personalize these the way they usually work, but 90% of the work's all done. I mean, if you do a leader line for something and you're going to make a note here, note, I'll just type note. It's on the text framing roof layer. So when you switch to the architectural plane, you're not going to see that. And pretty sweet. Talk about, just getting the software and getting up to speed in no time. It's pretty amazing. And Dan's going to be talking about this here in a live webinar shortly. And he knows, of course, this thing inside and out, and will go into greater detail. But more than I can do here. I'm just kind of glossing over here, taking a look at things and saying, wow, I mean, this would have saved me some time. You can go to the electrical plan here and go to electrical and say auto place out, let's say in the master bedroom, in these bedrooms here, just for fun. So now you got that, and maybe put a switch or something here by the front door, maybe a couple, and a light. I don't know, just put a light right here by the front door and light over here. I'm not measuring, of course. And if you then connect electrical, say we connect this here and we connect this over here, and then we put another switch over here, not there, but here, connect it, turns it to 3-way. I just want to do something real quick here so that we can then say, okay, that's it, and then maybe put some text here. This is text on electrical. And you switch plans to back here, that text goes off, you're back to your plan, you send these to layout, and you're all set. That's the other thing. Dan has also done a complete layout. So if we are going to send this drawing here to layout, the first thing I need to check would be the drawing sheet setup here. Just make sure it's Arch D. Click OK. And then click Send a Layout. Yes. And I know, because I've done this a couple times, it needs to go on page 7. And I got to switch over here to Arch D. And there you have it. And that looks pretty good. I usually like to have my cameras off in this view, but that's okay. So if I go back here, I think what I'll do is move this so it's inside here. Maybe move this out just a bit. This one for sure out just a bit. Go back over here to the template. There we go. So anyway, that's good enough for now. You got the picture. And then once you have this, I would open this and see the pages here. So the floor framing, let's just say framing floor plan 0. So page 11. We'll go back here to 7 and copy this. Go to page 11. Control Alt V for paste and hold position, and then just open it and for editing and change the view here to framing floor wall plan and foundation. And there you go. And then if we go to electrical, floor 1, Control Alt V, open it and change it to electrical here. Wherever it is, right there, sorry. And there's your electrical plan. So Dan's really done a good job of getting these things set up where it makes your life a lot easier. And the layouts are linked. They got a good pages here. Dan is going to talk more about this in a seminar, I know. He's also in this layout, it's got it so you can just switch to different sets here, and all the borders and everything are all adjusted. Even just if you're going to do a letter, you know, you can't see it because I got drawing on top of it, but if I deleted that, you'd see he's got a layout for borders for each thing. So for each size here, pretty amazing. A lot of work went into this. So between the layout and the plan template, absolutely amazing. A lot of work. I think he spent on and off over 2 years and a lot of research doing this. So he's done a great job, and you should check out his webinar this Thursday. He's going to cover a lot more detail than I am right now. So that's a quick overview of the Chief Experts Academy's plan and layout templates, and I think it will improve your productivity in about 2.5 seconds. So all the stuff that you would have to do to get your things all set up and working and coordinated from layer to layer and annoset to annoset, it's an amazing amount of work, and Dan's done a great job. So I just thought I'd do a quick review and let you know what I thought. Hope everybody has a great week. See ya.